So let's come to the Bohr's model, which is the last model that we learn, and that is also one of the most comprehensive models of an atom that we have till now, and it is majorly accepted all over the world. So what does my Bohr's model say? Let's learn it in short. So we continue from Rutherford's model and we accept, and also Bohr accepted, that the central part of the atom has a nucleus which consists of protons and neutrons. So it's a heavy mass consisting of protons and neutrons. The next part that he said, and this is the most important thing of Bohr's model. This is something that he said for the first time, and this is the, I can say, the USP, or I can say the extra factor of his X factor of his model. He said electrons revolve in orbits having fixed energies or energy levels. So he brought in the concept of energy for the first time. Till now, no scientist, no researcher had brought in the concept of energy with respect to electrons or with respect to an atom. He brought in that concept and he said that whatever orbit the electron is revolving in, that particular orbit has a fixed energy in itself. That energy remains with that orbit forever, and that is why those orbits are also called energy levels. So instead of calling it an orbit, I can also sometimes term it as energy levels. Next, he said the atom is electrically neutral. I have just written the word electrically neutral. So what you understand by electrically neutral or neutral, what it means is the number of protons inside an atom is also equal to the number of electrons in its ground state. The next and the last postulate of Bohr's model is electrons can jump from one orbit to the other. So now, if suppose these are my orbits, I have the nucleus at the center and these are my orbits. I'm not drawing the total ones, these are my orbits, and there's one electron over here. This electron, if it jumps from here to here, so from second orbit it has jumped to the third orbit. So please understand there's also a change in energy. So second orbit it had some other energy, and in the third orbit it will have some other energy. Again, if an electron falls from the third orbit to the second orbit or some other orbit, there will be an energy fall, because here it had some higher energy and here when it comes it will have some other energy. So when an electron jumps from one orbit to the other, there's just not a change in the position of an electron, there's also a change in the internal energy of that electron that is related to that orbit. As of now, we will not learn any limitations of Bohr's model. It is not that Bohr's model does not have limitations, it does, but we are not concerned about it, because that would lead us to the wave equation of, or wave equation model of an atom, which is right now not there in our syllabus. So the structure of an atom, as I have tried to explain you, can be broken down into Dalton's theory, Thomson's model, Rutherford's model and Bohr's model. Please go through it, revise it, and if there is any problem, we can definitely discuss it.